Ignacio here, back with another video. Hope you guys are having a good day today. In this video, I wanted to talk about exactly how expensive it is to travel to Japan. And we're going to be discussing a couple topics. First one being flights, second one being transportation, third one being food. That's always important. Lastly is spending money. Alright, so before we get started, I just wanted to say that all this information was piled up from all the previous times I came to this country. I've been pretty much from Tokyo all the way down to Fukuoka. So with flights, every time I've flown in from another country to Japan, it was roughly around 1,300 to 1,500, and that was round trip. But this time, I flew within Japan. I flew from Fukuoka all the way up to Tokyo, and that was a total of 168 round trip. So that was pretty fair, but just know that when you come, you're going to be spending over 1,000. The only kind of way to get around that is to do some sort of layover system, but you kind of have to create that on your own. You could be looking around 8 to 1,100 on flights, so if you want to do that, that'd be great. Just know that it's going to take you longer to get to Japan. So I also want to talk about accommodation. I know I didn't mention that to begin with. I'm going to base this off the last time that I went up to Tokyo. I stayed in a total of 10 days at a hostel. In total, it was, I think, a little bit above $200, so around $20 a day. If you've never been to a hostel, it's pretty much a building with usually bunk beds, and some are usually nicer than others, but you share like a living area, you share bathrooms, you share toilets. Every time that I stayed at a hostel, they were pretty clean. Usually everyone that's staying there is pretty respectful, so and it's probably like one of the cheapest ways you can go. Before, you could have stayed in an Airbnb in Japan, but recently there's been a Airbnb apocalypse here, so the only Airbnbs you could probably find are going to be super expensive. The next thing we're going to talk about is transportation. One of the main things you have to worry about is how to get to the airport, to most likely Tokyo Station. That's probably where you're going to get your rail passes. So what we do is take a bus shuttle that costs $10, and it takes you from the airport all the way to Tokyo Station. And then when we go back, we just take that same shuttle. It costs $10, so that's already $20 in. So this last time I went to Tokyo, I was actually acting as kind of a tourist guide type of person for my friends that came over. So we hit up all the touristy spots, and on average we were spending around $10 a day just on transportation. And we were just using the subway, we were using the train. We never used a taxi or Uber or anything like that because that's pretty expensive, but just on average we were spending around $10 just on getting around. Also, just expect to be paying close to like $20 if you're planning on going outside of Tokyo. For example, we went to Yokohama to the Cup Museum, and when I look back, I think it cost us like $18 just to get from here to there and back up. So it was a pretty expensive day that day. We spent just $20 on transportation, so I mean it's pretty hefty. So food is another thing you're going to be spending quite a bit of money on. I wouldn't say it's anything expensive versus the US. It's generally about the same, but most likely you coming here and wanting to try like all different restaurants and all this, you'd probably be spending probably maybe like $5 for like breakfast, then maybe another $15 for lunch, and maybe another $15 for dinner, so that's around $35 to $40. So I mean, I don't think that's bad, but in my case, if you were to do the math, just for 10 days, I spent $400 on eating. It was a little bit less. We didn't really eat out every day lavishly, but it does add up. Food here is not cheap nor expensive. I'd say it's in the middle, so just keep that in mind. But there's always different options out there. You go to places that are like pretty much considered like holes in the wall, you could probably eat a good meal for around $5 and be full. So it's all really up to you. So the last thing I wanted to touch on is your spending money. And generally that's usually up to you. That should be what you decide to spend. But if you kind of have a general idea of what you want to buy, mostly people buy here like anime related stuff or just traditional Japanese stuff and other goods that Japan offers. So it's really up to you, but you could also get souvenirs at cheap places and they wouldn't be as expensive as going to a tax-free store, which probably be like 3 or 4 times the price of somewhere else. For example, going to the Daiso, you could probably get some really nice souvenirs and nice candy for your family and friends for real cheap. So I want to use me as an example on this. I didn't really know how much I was going to spend, so I think I brought like around $1,000. But really coming here, I knew I just wanted to buy clothes and probably a couple simple traditional Japanese items. And from what I remember, I think I only spent like around $300. So I don't think that's kind of bad. But now I just come and just buy clothes and little things here and there, and I don't really spend a lot. So it's honestly just, again, up to you how much you want to bring, how much you want to spend. If you want to come here and spend $10,000, or you want to come here and spend $100, it's not really going to take away from your experience here. I think that's just how much you want to bring back to wherever you're from. Just come here and enjoy Japan. Everyone's nice, the streets are clean, no danger of nothing. You just come here and have a good time and enjoy this beautiful country. So I hope all this information helps you with your Japan budgeting plan. And real quick before I go, I just wanted to tell you a personal goal that I had. You know, new year, everyone comes up with new goals. I have a lot of them. One of them is reaching 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube by the end of 2019. So I hope I can do that. With your help, maybe I can. I will be creating a lot more Japan videos, a lot more travel videos, and more informative videos. That's either on traveling and or photography. So if you're interested in that, make sure to subscribe. But with that out of the way, I hope you guys have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, just leave a like. If you have any other questions or other information you want to share with me, just leave it in the comment below. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.